Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By video title, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing AEW Forbidden Door. Pay-per-view was on for a good amount of time. I think it was on. They started at 7 o'clock and ended at 12. Usually it ended around 10:30, close to 11ish, around that range. But this time it ended at 12. I'm glad ain't no work tomorrow morning, not in the mornings like that. Because if you work in the mornings like that, I feel a little sorry if you had to stay up like that too to watch the pay-per-view show, but it's worth it. Like that, very good show. The main event was very crazy. Swerve and Ospreay going at it again. Swerve is 3-1-1 against Ospreay, but now it's 3-2-1 after Ospreay got the big time win. And like Swerve said, it's gonna take you to dig down deep. It's gonna take you to kill me to try to get this opportunity from me like that. Swerve been world champion before. He been in the main event. Swerve actually main evented a lot of pay-per-views. He main evented All In, one of the biggest shows in Wembley Stadium in front of 50,000+. He main evented Dynasty many times. He main evented Forbidden Door twice now. He main evented All Out before like that. He had a lot of main events like that. A lot of different main event matches like that too. And this is another big one too underneath his belt like that. He fell short in this one. Will Ospreay getting the victory? Will Ospreay really haven't had a lot of world championship opportunities, even though we know how the star power he has and the person he is, like that individual he is in wrestling. He haven't had really a lot of star opportunities to challenge for the world title. He fought against Swerve and Forbidden Door for the world title and he fell short. But besides that, he kind of fell short to each time. Remember the Hangman Page in the tournament last year? He fell short to Hangman Page, and he never got an opportunity to really get up there to get there for a championship opportunity. So I think this time right here is kind of like his next chance. Cause I'm trying to see when the last time he had a world title match in AEW, because I think the Swerve one might be the only one, right? I think it might be the only one, because yeah, I think so. So yeah, it been Ospreay been trying to get himself up there and get over the hump. When he first came to AEW, he was like, oh, it's Ospreay, all the popularity surrounding him, everything, and he won the international championship, and he was kind of on the high horse a little bit like that. He was doing this thing, and like I said, he tried to challenge Swerve for the world title like that right off the bat after he won the international title, trying to become a double champ. And eventually things caught up to him, the injuries happened to him, and he kind of revamped himself. And this time we've seen a little bit more brutality from him. We say that the Death Riders have been telling him to kind of bring out that darkness, to fight, to do anything to win the championship. And we've seen him do a lot more of that this time. And he went out there and got the victory against Swerve. Swerve is a very dangerous opponent. They both came out there in villains, just like villains. They came out there as Lobo. Well, Lobo is he's not really a villain, like a villain, like a little in between. They became dressed up like Lobo and like Bang, like that. They came out there like that, and you knew what kind of match was going to be like that. And they both went out there and put everything they got on the line. And you see Ospreay winning, and we'll see who his opponent is. MJF got to defend his world championship against Mark Briscoe at Dynamite. Mark Briscoe team did win, so it gave him a world title shot. And he said he don't want to wait to pay-per-view. He said I want to do it this week like that on Dynamite. So he'll be fighting MJF for the world title on Dynamite. Now we'll see exactly what happens and how things kind of go a little bit. I think MJF should retain the title. We'll see what happens with him. But Kenny Omega got a big time victory against Zack Sabre Jr. on another win to try to get himself back up. Last time Kenny Omega fought for the world title, he fell short a little bit. And he's been world champion before in AEW, but that was a while ago, a little bit ago, like some years ago, like that. And that was when he was a heel, like that. I think this time he want to win it the right way, like that. The last time he won it, when he beat Moxley, he did it in a way where it was a way that was not honorable. So I think this time he want to win it the right way. And redemption is gonna be, I think, in his home country. I think they're gonna be in Canada. I think it's in Toronto or something like that. It's gonna be Toronto, Canada. So we could see Kenny Omega get an opportunity again, and finally get there. And it could be Ospreay versus Omega at Wembley, or it could be MJF versus Ospreay. Either way is going to be a great match between those two. But I do wonder what Swerve would do next. I wonder what Swerve is going to do next after this a little bit too. We'll see. And I also want to see what Jay White does. Jay White did return today. He helped Christian and Edge like that, or Colt and Christian like that. He went out there and helped him, because last time we seen him, remember, Colt was helping him like that a lot. It was when he was fighting against the Death Riders like that. So he kind of repaid the favor back to him and return. I had a feeling he was going to return. I was like, I mentioned, I was like, Jay White, it'd be a good time for Jay White to return. Him and Fit Finley, they had some history, of course, in New Japan. I said now, and it's a Forbidden Door, and we did see him tweet early. He always tweet every time, like every pay-per-view, he always say ready. So we didn't know if he was gonna be ready or not. But then the Bang Bang game popped up. I was like, Switchblade, he gotta pop up. Then he heard the little knife drop. Like, there we go. And he hit Fit Finley with the not Fit Finley. David Finlay. I'm saying the father's name. He had David Finlay with the Blade Runner, and you know, Cope and them got the win and retaining their tag team titles like that. And we're gonna see what happened with Jay White. Jay White, I feel like if he was healthy and able to go, he would have been in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. It would have been the finals too as well. I feel like we're gonna see him kind of get in the world title picture again too, like that. So, and continental title, because Moxley might be a little different now. He like trying to be more, you know, honorable, but he still did a lot of things, a lot of people. So I think Jay White could be coming for him eventually too. But Maya World and Mercedes Moné, that was the second longest women's match in AEW history. I think it was like 25 minutes out there, 25 minutes. They went out there and put on a 5-star classic right there. The Maya World from Dallas, Texas, you know, from here, right there where I'm from. Right there, going out there and did a good job and phenomenal job in general. And Mercedes Moné, you know, we know she's a legend like that. A legend, one of the best to do it as a generation like that for the past 10 years, past decade. Been one of the best wrestlers, and not just women wrestlers, but one of the best wrestlers in the world like that. Been doing a very good job. And went out there against my world and got the victory like that. And now she's a back-to-back winners. But that right there was a good showing. That was a good showing right there. At one point, I thought my world would actually win. Like I thought she would actually pull it off. I think her story is not finished just yet, because Athena was after the match set and she was talking trash. She was saying that all my proteges can't seem to get it done, but she did beat Athena like that. And Athena has been world champion in Ring of Honor for like almost 2,000 days. It'd be like 1,400 days. It's some crazy number like that. So we could see that happening like that. I think my world is going to be utilized a lot more on Dynamite, but I wouldn't be surprised to see her and Athena go against each other and she take that title from her. That'd be very cool. So we'll see what kind of goes on with that. We know they have I think TBS title is going to be in a 6-way survival of the fittest match. I think Persephone should win that one. They had the full thing now. I thought all the competitors in it. We did see Thekla get a victory over Starlight Kid, a big time victory. And then she disrespected her taking the mask off. I think that storyline right there is not done yet. I think they're gonna come back where Starlight Kid gets some revenge and stuff as well. So I think they're gonna continue to go on a little bit, because Thekla battled with disrespecting the Stardom brand like that, the brand she got fired from and everything. I feel like that's gonna kind of continue going a little bit. We did see, Andrade in that match too, that cage match that Team Briscoe won. Andrade said F Don Callis and F MJF like that. You know, he betrayed them, which is rightfully so, because they were doing him dirty a little bit. So he's no longer with the Don Callis family. I think turning him face is good, because the way the crowd been going with them and stuff, I think is very good too as well. So we'll see how that kind of goes on and what happens with that. But that's kind of most of the stuff I want to talk about. I don't think I missed anything, right? No, I ain't missing. Oh yeah, Moxley retained against Bandito. That was a good match too as well. Moxley retaining his Continental Championship against Bandito, and Shota Umino retaining his Global Championship and defeating Pac like that. That was a nice match too. You know, he was one of Moxley's proteges like that. Remember in New Japan, the Shooter, they had him as the young lion with Moxley, and Moxley was he came in the ring like he was trying to recruit him a little bit before Tanahashi got out there. Was like, hey, like watch out, watch out. Like they said, back, you can't recruit him. So we'll see where that kind of goes too. They're kind of teasing some things. So it's gonna be very cool to see how All In season goes, because it's a lot of different matches, a lot of different showcases. We don't know what Jay White is gonna do. We don't know what Swerve is gonna do. And after this loss, Hangman Page, when he returns, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if it's Will Ospreay versus MJF at Wembley, or if it's Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. If Omega can find a way to get back and get some redemption, redemption, and win the world title, that'd be very cool. We'll see. Tag team champions. We know Cope and Christian are the champions right now. They defeated FTR. They defeated the Dogs now. We never seen Young Bucks versus Cope and Christian before. We never seen that match happen, ever. Maybe that'd be a match that happens too. I think so. We have to see how things kind of continue to go. I think, also who will be TBS champion. I think Persephone, like I mentioned, with TBS champion. And then, hey, will it be Mercedes Moné versus Thekla, or will it be Mercedes Moné versus Athena or somebody else? You never know. Wembley is in August, so we still have July. We're gonna have Redemption in July. Then you're gonna also have, when you get to August like that, it's still a long time like that. People can lose titles on Dynamite, Collision. They can lose titles anywhere. So we'll see if Thekla is still the world champion. It can be her and Mercedes, or it's gonna be someone else like that in that spot. Because Willow Nightingale, they showed her on the video, and she's ready to come back to wrestle. What if she missed her opportunity for the Owen Hart Cup tournament? What if she find a way to get some redemption and win the world title at Redemption, and then she be the one that walks in as champion like that, All In like that? And Mercedes Moné got to go against Willow Nightingale, who has beaten her before. So We never know. It's a lot of different scenarios. That's when your show is good, when you have a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different things and different ways things can go, and a lot of people involved too as well. Kevin Knight, he's still the TNT champion. We see him defeat a lot of the different rascals. I think they've been doing it weekly, but we'll see who his final opponent is. I think Darby Allin might be his opponent. He goes against one-on-one like that. We'll see a big-time match happen between them. So there's a lot of people like that. Kanusa Takesha, him and Kyle Fletcher have a one-on-one match for the international title. That could be something that happens too. So there's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of different individuals and stuff trying to find a way. The World Trios champions. We'll see what happens with those titles. Those titles right there, those they all right like that. But like I feel like sometimes they can get blended in with the tag division and the trios division like that a little bit for the way the stuff is. But yeah, it's a lot of different ways these storylines can go. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But overall, this is a good show. Forbidden Door, like it don't have the full concept of Forbidden Door like it used to have. Like that, like early on and stuff like that as well. But the show itself, like as a pay-per-view, wrestling pay-per-view, that was very good. That was good. That was a 9 out of 10. Like that. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel, which probably be on Wednesday for some Dynamite. Or maybe our Supergirl review that we have coming out. That was a good movie too. Supergirl was pretty good. So we'll have that coming out. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or something, but be on the lookout for that. Peace out.